Check 1, 2.
The York Revolution is on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by
People's Bank, WellSpan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, PSECU, Kona Ice, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from Constellation Field here in Sugar Land, Texas. Welcome to game number 19 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, the fourth game of 7 on this visit to Texas for the Revs, and they look to even things up after a crushing loss Tuesday and a low-scoring game last night in which they were shut out. Game 4 of the 7-game series from Sugarland coming up. And hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry with you. Welcome to Revs Bay. Here in Texas, sunny, breezy, warm. The Revs actually took batting practice on the field earlier today, and over the years you can probably count on one hand how many times they've done that, since usually when we're here it's like 98 degrees and exhausting. But that is one of the benefits of having a little bit earlier trip here this year. It's been very nice, and they did get out and get some on-field work in earlier today. And they might have needed it after last night. The first 2 games in this series, they had scored 17 runs. Last night, they were held to just 2 hits. They had 25 the first 2 games, just 2 last night. And that's the way it seems to go when you're struggling. When you get great pitching, the hitting doesn't go with it. And they weren't able to take advantage of a strong start from Daniel Miner and a perfect relief outing in 2 1/3 from Pat Young, who will be our pregame guest coming up tonight. So the Revs 5-13 coming into this one. It's hardly unprecedented. It's not even the worst 18-game start in team history, and they've had a couple of others that have been close to this during seasons in which they've turned it around and have had great years, but obviously not the start they wanted to get off to, and looking to get things going before they even get back home on Monday night. Sugarland, meanwhile, 12-8 coming into this one, and they've built themselves a nice little 4.5-game lead entering play today, although 4 at the moment, as Lancaster did win a morning game in New Britain. Tonight, it'll be Troy Tersey making the start for the Revs, 1-1 with a 9.26 ERA and 4 outings and 3 starts. Lefty Roy Merritt goes for the Skeeters. He is their player pitching coach, and the veteran in 3 starts is 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA and just 1 walk, as he has demonstrated or practiced what I'm sure he preaches. Coming up on the pregame tonight, Pat Young is our guest. Young is from the Houston area, and he had a bunch of folks here last night to see him, and he was terrific. Really a dominant outing out of the pen. So we'll talk with one of the newest acquisitions to the team coming up here in a couple of minutes. Mace will join us here shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 8:05 Eastern, 7:05 here in the Houston area on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Maple Donuts knows police work is tough, from mundane traffic control to accident scene response and unknown dangers. And during National Police Week, May 12th through the 18th, Maple Donuts recognizes local law enforcement officers with special chocolate iced cream-filled peanut butter cup and custard delight blue line donuts. In appreciation, Maple Donuts offers a free donut to any on-duty officer. Maple Donuts says thank you to all our brave, dedicated officers.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers have the Napa know-how to fix your vehicle right the first time. They've also partnered with Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK for the Salute to Veterans Spotlight Series, airing throughout the York Revolution season. Show your appreciation to those who've served our nation and nominate one of our great local veterans today. All selected veterans will be recognized on radio and receive 4 free tickets to a Revs game, plus 2 tickets to the 2019 Atlantic League All-Star Game at Peoples Bank Park. To nominate, simply call the Revs at 717-801-HITS or email WOYK at info@WOYK1350.com, or look for our Facebook posts with a link to the submission form. Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers know how to care about veterans.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Welcome back. Pre-game tonight from Sugarland, the Revs and the Skeeters. And one of the newer acquisitions, reliever Pat Young, who was in last night, a phenomenal job. He joins us here on the pre-game this evening. And Pat's second outing. First of all, how's it been, your first week with the new team? Are you getting settled in? Does it take a few days?
Absolutely. It helps being settled in, being from Houston. So, I went to York for 3 days and then flew right back home. But no, stepped right in, really having a lot of fun with the guys. It always get a little nervous, walking through the locker room for the first time. But, these guys have been great. Everybody's really inviting, and, it's been a blast being on the team so far.
Well, we'll definitely talk about your time in this area, but saw you last night, 7 up, 7 down. Give listeners an idea of your stuff. What do you try to feature when you're out there?
Really try to work off my fastball. I can cut it and sink it. Most of the time, just a regular four-seam for me is going to cut. And that was kind of a big thing for me going into this season, was being able to control that cut and being able to make it more effective rather than something where I need a batter to make a bad swing, more so I can work off my good pitches instead of the hitter's weakness.
Well, we'd seen some videos on Twitter of your off-season regimen, and I know somebody commented on there, would somebody please sign this guy? I'm glad we did, but are you doing like the drive line type stuff or something similar?
It's the NPA. It's led by Tom House, and I had some great old teammates that really had some faith in me, and one of my buddies just posted a video of me that I'd sent over to him, all excited about my work in the off-season, and he just threw that video on the internet and said, somebody please sign this guy. And I appreciate it, and that's what's awesome, is I had so many people on my side really rooting for me, and I was so excited to get the call from Fletch, and because the Atlantic League was where I wanted to play, and it was just awesome to see all that work in the offseason finally come together, and be able to go back to all my fans, and all the buddies that I play with that worked so hard to get me signed, and be able to say, work paid off, but now of course the real work starts.
Well, you're from the other side of Houston, and 6.
My brother, and then my wife, and my best friend from back home also. And today's Bark in the Park, so my dog gets to come out also today.
That's awesome. How far of a drive is it to get around the outskirts of Houston to here?
If you're after the game, it's about an hour. If you're before the game at like 3 o'clock, it's about an hour and a half.
So growing up, big Houston sports fan in general?
Absolutely. Loved the Astros growing up, which was crazy seeing Willie Taveras on the other side. I can't imagine when I was 12 years old thinking I'd ever get to face him. But it's a blast seeing these guys out there. And yeah, Rockets fan, Texans fan, the whole Houston side.
Who's your favorite player growing up?
A big fan of Roy Oswalt growing up.
Yeah.
And then for hitters, I was, the Killer Bees, Bagwell, Biggio, Berkman, Bell, the original Killer Bee, and those were my guys.
Yeah, nice. Talking with Pat Young. So from this area, how'd you end up at Villanova?
Well, when I was a senior in high school trying to get recruited, I was throwing 83, and UT, TCU didn't really take that very serious.
How did you assimilate to the Philly area, where a lot of our listeners can identify with a little bit better?
I really enjoyed it. I wish I had gotten to go out a little bit more, but you're practicing 6 days a week, and then on that 7th day, it's like, do I want to take a train for an hour into the city, or do I want to sleep? And most of the times I chose sleep. The only thing I really do miss out, that I never went to Pat Sergino's, I've got to get back in there to go there. But I did Citizens Bank Park. That was a great time. Did a lot of the museums and a lot of those tours, and I really enjoyed the city.
Yeah, well, we had heard a false rumor that you were a converted outfielder, although maybe I should have left that out and let people run with that. But what was your time at Nova, getting noticed by the Giants, and I assume a bunch of other teams also, but what was that process like? Did you know that the Giants might have been in on you at some point?
I was never sure. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking at a smaller school. You first off, you go from high school and you play in a college, you're playing with guys 3-4 years older than you, that just seems so much more grown up, and then you kind of throw that first pitch to get your first out, and you're like, okay, I can compete at this league. And I feel like that's how it was, moving up in summer ball, and then eventually getting to the Giants. You get a little bit nervous because you hear all these guys from the SEC schools, and you think, oh my gosh, can I compete with these guys? But it's the same thing. You settle in, start getting a couple outs, guys don't hit your first home run over the fence, and then you think, okay, I can compete with these guys.
Well, Pat, it's great. But before we wrap it up, usually ask people, what do you like to do off the field? Let our listeners get to know you a little bit. If you're ever away from baseball, which doesn't happen much at this time of year, what are some of your other interests?
So my wife and I do a little real estate investing, like home remodeling, to help support our baseball life. like spending a lot of time with them, spending time with my dog. That's about it. We're pretty simple.
Good stuff. Well, again, it's great to have you here. Continued success, and appreciate a few minutes tonight.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, Revs reliever Pat Young. We'll talk with Mace coming up next.
The York Revolution Silver Sluggers Ticket Plan, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. An exclusive York Revolution ticket plan for fans 55 and older. 10 tickets for Tuesday home games. An exclusive Silver Sluggers hat. Early admission to Peoples Bank Park. Savings on additional tickets. And 50% off a value meal at each Tuesday game. Plus savings at your favorite local restaurants. Get all of that and more for just $50. The Silver Sluggers Ticket Plan, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, even in defeat last night, 2-0, you had to feel a lot better about the pitching performances that you got.
No, we pitched really well last night. I mean, one swing at a bat was the only runs that were scored the whole night, and I thought pitching-wise, Minor was really good, and Young was very good. I mean, he was dominant and 2+ 2 in the third. I didn't give up a hit. I don't think he gave up anything. Just a lot of strikeouts, and I don't think he even walked anybody. I can't remember, but it was a fast game, and if we wouldn't have had all the lights go out here, that would have been like maybe 2:10 or 2:15. we had no lights, and the outlets in our dugout were smoking. You could smell them from 100 feet away. So we didn't know what was going on down here.
Oh my! Yeah, didn't know that part of the story, but I mean, with what Minor did on with this offense that you've got most nights, that's a win, right?
It is, and right now that just seems to be the way it's going, right? I mean, the first 2 nights combined, we score 17 runs. We get shut out yesterday, and yesterday we only give up 2 runs. And I mean, baseball's a crazy game. We say it all the time, but it was good to see. It was good to see Pat Young really come in and be dominant in the game, and Minor has gotten better every start as well. So, that was 2 good things to hang our hat on last night.
I know Dan isn't going to blow guys away, but what do you like about the way he approaches it as a starter?
I mean, he usually has command of like 2 or maybe 3 pitches, and it's a fastball, change-up, a little curve slider. So he's using 3 pitches. He's commanding the zone with them. He has a lot of cut on the baseball. A lot of pitches that he throws go away from the right-handed hitter. So I mean, he just knows how to command. He knows how to pitch with that, and so far he's been really good.
Young's glove hand okay after that comebacker?
Yeah, he said he was fine. So. Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy out there, and he's a little deceptive too. His arm action, there's a little deception to it, and when you're deceptive and you throw hard, and he does throw hard into the 90s, and he seems to keep the ball down in the zone well. So I mean, that was really good to see that he could actually go multiple innings last night. That was only his 2nd outing for us, so that was good to see.
Yeah, I was going to say only 2 outings. Is there still some intrigue with you in terms of figuring out, what his permanent role might be at some point?
Well, I mean, it's got to be bullpen for now. I mean, it has to be. I would like to get at least 2 or 3 of our bullpen guys to go multiple innings. I think that will help in the long run, save the back end guys. But for all we know right now, the way Young threw the ball, he could be a back end guy. I mean, the stuff was that dominant last night. So it's just a question of being consistent. I mean, have one good outing and then 2 bad ones is not what we're looking for. We're looking for, if you give me 5 good ones out of 6 or 8 out of 9 or something like that. But, it's not always going to be clean. I mean, runners find ways to get on bases, walks, errors, hits, whatever. But to be able to put zeros up is the main thing. But last night, I mean, that was really dominant because I'm not even like a base runner. So, that was really good stuff last night.
Well, lastly, you're facing a lefty tonight. Last night you had flip-flopped Tejeda and Mesa. Any other changes with the lineup tonight against the left-hander?
Yeah, we're going to catch Corey Bass tonight, get another right-handed bat in the lineup, and we'll give Skelton the night off for now. We have Trapp leaving for the weekend tomorrow, and we know we're going to have to use Skelton in the outfield, and we'll be catching Tejeda a lot over the weekend. So we'll get James out of the lineup tonight against Roy Merritt. But we also know we can use him off the bench as a pinch hitter late in the game against a right-hander. But for now, we'll get him out of there tonight, and we'll give Corey a chance to go in and get some playing time tonight.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. We'll take a timeout. First pitch, starting lineups, game number 19. The Revs and the Skeeters coming up next.
Your next haircut now has a shortcut. Introducing the Sport Clips Haircuts app. That's right, now the cut you want is just a tap away. Just download the app, check in at your neighborhood Sport Clips, and choose your Guy Smart stylist, and you're done. We'll text you when your stylist is almost ready. Then head to Sport Clips for a championship haircut experience. It's home field advantage for your hair. No appointment needed. Just download the Sport Clips app and check in. And don't forget a beard trim. Sport Clips. You choose the cut, we cut the weight.
Are you on your way to work right now? Trudging along, heading to the same job you're just not too enthused about any longer? Hearing this ad might just mean it's your lucky day. Give your career a reboot with the York Post Office. The York Post Office is now hiring rural mail carriers. Work in a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Hiring for non-career positions with career eligibility. Starting at $17.78 per hour with all eligible for health benefits. Suitable vehicle for delivery is required on some routes. Get your foot in the door on a new career today. Apply online at USPS.com.
It's time for York Mitsubishi's Spring Sell Down event with the Mirage awarded most efficient, non-hybrid, starting as low as $12,990. We're the 7-passenger Outlander named lowest cost of ownership over 5 years as low as $21,890. Get interest rates as low as 0% on Outlander Sport and Eclipse Cross. Credit problems? We have 15 banks available for all situations. And all Mitsubishis come with an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get pre-approved at York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
A canned organ version of our national anthem. We might want to suggest that for High Point going forward. The starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Revs, it'll be Justin Trapp in center field, leading things off. Henry Castillo at second base, bats second. Isaias Tejeda will play first and hit third tonight. Talvin Nash gets a night off his feet defensively. He will DH and bat cleanup. Melky Mesa in left field hits fifth. Wellington Dotel, the right fielder, batting sixth. Nate Coronado at third base will hit seventh. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Corey Bass will catch and hit ninth. Again, it's Trapp, Castillo, Tejeda, Nash, Mesa, Dotel, Coronado, Dent, and Bass with Troy Tersey on the mound. That lineup facing Roy Merritt. And the Skeeters tonight, who will go like this: Anthony Jansanti at first base leading things off. Jared Mitchell, the center fielder, hits second. Juan Silverio at third base bats third. Jason Martinson is the cleanup man playing second. Cody Stanley will do the catching and hit fifth. Dennis Phipps, the DH, bats sixth. Then it's Ryan Jackson at shortstop hitting seventh. Jabari Henry in left field will bat eighth, and Willie Taveras in right field is hitting ninth. Again, Jansanti, Mitchell, Silverio, Martinson, Stanley, Phipps, Jackson, Henry, and Taveras for the Skeeters. Roy Merritt has thrown his final warm-up. Justin Trapp makes his way to the plate as he leads off tonight. And we are set to go from Texas. Game 4 out of 7 in this series. Merritt will operate from the stretch And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight is just high or outside. We are underway at 7:07 local time. Now the 1-0 to Trapp. And it's over the inner half, a called strike. Trapp hitting at 250. He's been held hitless the last two. He had hit safely in 5 straight before that. 1-1, and a swing and a bounce foul over by the Revs dugout. A guy's bailing off the top step, but not Chong. Chong was out there in a cat-like stance, ready to pounce on it. Trapp leads off for the 4th time this year, and he swings and bounces one toward the middle at second. Martinson steps up, he gloves it, and fires over to first, and there's one away. Roy Merritt coming in 1-1 at 2.25 ERA in 3 starts. 16 innings, 16 hits, 4 runs, just 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. He is a veteran of the league. In fact, he was with them during their inaugural season, as well as some time after that, and now back as the player pitching coach. And he is slotted right in as a now 33-year-old and has been great early this season. Here's Castillo batting from the right, and he lays off up high. It seems as though there is some old-school hip-hop playing nearby. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Is that just me? I don't think it's just me hearing that. Whoop, there it is. Castillo hitting at 339, 6th in the league. There's the 1-1, and he swings, hits one in the air, foul off to the right field side. He leads in slugging, OPS, doubles, total bases, extra base hits. He has hit safely in 10 straight coming in tonight. Had one of the 2 hits last night, was robbed of another one, and an RBI. Here's the 1-2, and a swing and a foul just over the net and back out of play. Merritt, the high leg kick, kind of pauses at the top as he sort of hunches himself forward. He's from Houston, 6-foot lefty. Now comes home, and it's a called 3rd strike, and Castillo didn't like it. Pitch was in. He has an immediate look back. That is 2 up, 2 down. Tonight it's 82 degrees at game time and sunny, and a 14-mile-per-hour wind, the heaviest wind that we've had in this series, going left to right. Weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Yeah, here comes Tejeda. Revs are in the alternate navy jerseys tonight with the gold and white stripes. Sugarland in their black jerseys with white and blue stripes. Tejeda held hitless last night. The previous 11 games, he had hit .435. He's at .310 overall, which ranks 8th in the league. First pitch, watching all the way. It's a called strike. He plays at first base tonight. He has hit .409 against lefties. The Revs, with all these right-hand and switch hitters, hitting .307 as a team. And here's a ground ball toward the middle. Martinson is there again and throws over to first to end the inning. Revs down in order, and that pull defense for Sugarland gobbles up 2 ground balls. The second baseman right up the middle. We've played a half inning tonight. It's York nothing, Sugarland coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
April showers means May flowers. As spring blooms and lawns are growing, so are we at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our team at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care is growing, and we're seeking qualified candidates to grow with us. Join our world-class team-based environment and get your foot on the lawn of a new career with the leading provider of lawn care, tree care, and landscaping services in York, Adams, and Cumberland counties. Be part of our team. Find out more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs down in order in the top half. Troy Tersey now goes to work. He faces the Skeeters for the first time in his career. 1-1 coming in, 9.26 ERA, 4 outings, 3 starts. 11 2/3, 21 hits, 12 runs, 7 walks, 13 Ks. The vast majority of that damage came in the first third of an inning of his season. And Anthony Jansanti leads off and takes wide. Jansanti 0 for 26 with 10 strikeouts in 6 games. There's the 1-0, and it misses away. For Tersey, it is the 8th start, 9th appearance of his pro career. Here's the 2-0, and a swing and a towering fly ball to deep left field. Mesa back on the edge of the track. He's under it, and he's got room. A good full step backward onto the track with both feet, and toward the corner. Mesa is there, and it's a long first out. One away, and Jansanti, who loves to pull it to left like that, now 0 for 27 on the year and 0 for 15 in this series. Here's Jared Mitchell. Had an 11-game hitting streak last night, tied with another former Rev for the league's longest so far this year, Ruby Silva, who's now with Southern Maryland. And Mitchell watches the first strike across against Tersey, who was his teammate late last year. No score, first inning. Pitch, it is in there again. 2 quick strikes. 91 on the gun. Mitchell at 295 overall, 5 home runs, tied for first in the league. Now Tersey, a deep breath, winds, taps several times, delivers, and a changeup misses down and away. I always wonder, like, when the other team sees it for the first time, do they wonder, like, is he okay? Can he not get himself out of that? But that's Troy. Here's the 1-2, and a ground ball pulled just foul down the first base side. Our umpires tonight, Ken Leventhal, the balls and strikes. And John, it might be like Sevier, John Sevier at first. Usually has some severe calls to make. And Mike Durantes, the umpire at third base. And Tersey delivers. And it's down and away, 2-2. Today, both at New Britain and at Somerset, TrackMan was undergoing some heavy in-game testing. Time asked for as Mitchell backs out, waving at some gnats. And Calvin Baker, who had the plate at Somerset earlier today. Here's Tersey's 2-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. Stayed away from Mitchell, who reached and came up empty. And there's 2 down. They rotated other umpires in the final 3 innings of a 7-inning game, but Calvin Baker had the plate the first 4. He said there were 4 pitches that he would have called differently. I don't think they used it for him to actually call strikes in the game, but they definitely tested it. He was getting the signal from the computer, and it's coming soon. Here's Juan Silverio. First pitch is down and away. He is hitting at 289. 2 home runs. In this series, 6 for 13 with a double and a triple. Terzi with the 1-0. And he pokes one on the ground the other way, and it's on through into right field. He is finding every hole right now. When he's not hitting it on the nose, he's doing that. And a 2-out single, the first of the game for either team. Terzi last time out lost 6-3 to High Point on Friday. First 2 innings were scoreless and allowed a solo homer in the third. He led 2-1 with 2 outs in the fourth, but gave up a 3-run homer, exited trailing 4-2, gave up 4 runs in 4 innings. Here's Jason Martinson now. Terzi the pitch, swing, and he taps a foul down against his foot. Martinson in 5 games with Sugarland, 4 for 13 with a home run. Recent addition. Through the first 2 innings on Friday, Terzi had a 9 1/3 innings scoreless streak. He's only allowed 4 runs in 12 innings since the start of the year. As Silverio started to go, pitch is dribbled foul, third base side. Bass or somebody hollered at Terzi to step off, but Silverio did stop, was not running, and it's 0-2. Now, the first third of an inning this season, Terzi was charged with 8 runs, so he has been constantly trying to dwindle the ERA down ever since that. And now steps off. No score here in the first tonight. Now ready. 0-2. It is swung on and missed. A slider strikes out Martinson, and Troy Terzi with a scoreless first and 2 strikeouts in it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the second inning here in Sugarland. It's 0-0.
Which is better? Getting the perfect set, the perfect approach, and powering through the ball with the perfect hit? Or reading the hitter, moving to the ball, and making the perfect dig? Flying Feet knows the answer. It all depends on which side of the net you're on.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is Central PA's home court for volleyball, featuring the names that know the game, including Asics and Mizuno. Flying Feet offers volleyball spandex and shorts and the best selection of knee pads around. And Flying Feet is your ankle support connection, featuring Active Ankle, Ultra Ankle, and Zamps, providing engineered precision support. And because volleyball isn't just for the gym, Flying Feet carries a great selection of indoor and outdoor balls and sand socks for working it out on the beach or in the backyard. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices.
Flying Feet.
1511 Melrose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the 3rd play, or the first 3 cars across the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on, come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
You're on York's home for Sixers basketball. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No score at the end of an inning tonight. Talvin Nash will lead things off here in the top of the second, DHing in this one. Talvin hitting at .250, 4 home runs, 1 off the league lead. And Merritt to the plate. It is a little high. Nash, who homered in each of the first 2 games, but was one of 7 Revs held hitless last night. Now the 1-0, and it's low and inside. Merritt, his last time out, no decision against Long Island, 6 innings, 3 runs. It's been pretty good, if not great, in all 3 starts. The 2-0, it is outside. He opened with 5 scoreless, 3 hits in a win against Southern Maryland. He was their 3rd starter out of the gate. And then 5 innings, 1 run in a loss at High Point. Here's a called strike, 3-1, taking all the way. And the game at High Point was the Rockers' home opener, and they won 3-0. Merritt took the loss with 1 run. Last time out, 6 innings, 3 runs, and he finally issued his first walk. Pitch to Nash, breaking ball inside, and there's ball 4 to put him on to begin the second inning tonight. Nash's 12th walk of the year. Comes in tied for 4th in the league in that department. And I guess Melky's going to get the Baby Shark song played for him all series. It's unbelievable. They key in on opposing hitters in this place. And that's the one they chose for Melky. First pitch, he swings, pops it up. And at second base, Martinson backs out. Now cuts to his left, waits under it, and on the infield dirt squeezes a very high pop up. It's a complicated word, pop up for the first out. And a tough stretch for Melky, now 1 for 18 the last 5 games. Mays bumping him down to 5th in the order, with Tejeda going up to 3rd, being as hot as he's been. Here's Dotel now. Comes in at .262. Merritt the pitch. It is just inside for ball 1. No score here in the top of the second tonight. Dotel, who was with Sugarland briefly last year, was let go early. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball. He's trying to back leg that. Had a good rip at it. They took him from Bridgeport in the player dispersal draft, but didn't give him much time. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another fastball. And their first pick was Darby Myers, but he never ended up here. He signed with the Orioles. Now he's with Somerset this season. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and in. Merritt got ahead with a couple fastballs and then spins that one off, and it broke right out of the zone. 2 down. It's his 2nd strikeout of the night. And Nate Coronado to the plate now. No score, 2nd inning. Coronado at .286 as he stands in. First pitch from Merritt over the inner half. It's a called strike. Well, the 0-1. That is low. It's the 3rd season for Merritt with Sugarland. 2015, 16, and 19. He fires, and a breaking ball dips low. Was actually thinking of a different lefty when I said he was here during the inaugural season. Different lefty that had also pitched for Somerset. That was our pal Derek Gordon, also from Texas. I misremembered as Coronado foul tips one behind the plate. Merritt didn't come here until 2015. He's also had a bunch of time with Somerset, as we said. I don't think he's going to end up in York, though. He's the pitching coach here also. 2-2. It is grounded toward the middle, and Martinson there for the third time. The second baseman right next to the bag runs to the bag for the inning-ending force. No runs, no hits, one man left. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. No score.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mom and Dad, add your little baseball fan to the York Revolution roster with a Rookie Revs membership presented by People's Bank. Memberships include 6 ticket vouchers, behind-the-scenes tours, an exclusive team autograph session, plus a Rookie Revs backpack and more. All that for just $27. It's kid-sized Revs time. Rookie Revs memberships presented by People's Bank. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Wealth is the ability to feed 100 stray dogs.
Turn empty parking lots into playgrounds.
Watch your child walk down the aisle.
As Henry David Thoreau once said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. At Smith Wealth Advisory Group, we help our clients identify their ambitions, dreams, and financial goals and develop actionable plans to pursue their passions and interests. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help you fully experience life. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the second, no score as Tersey misses down and in on left-hand hitting catcher Cody Stanley, who leads it off. 5, 6, 7 in their lineup. Now the wind and the 1-0. Change up low and outside. Stanley hitting at .320, couple home runs, 8 knocked in. As Tersey stretches the arms, now kicks, fires. And that's inside. Goes to 3-0 to start the inning. No score here in the bottom of the second tonight. 3-0. And, Stanley on his way to first. And he was about 4 steps toward first, and it was a called strike as he tried to circle back and pretend that nothing had happened there. Now the 3-1, and that one is a little bit low. So leadoff walk. Revs were given one from Merritt in the top half, could not take advantage. Tell you what, the way Dennis Phipps is swinging right now, you don't want to walk the guy in front of him, and here he comes. He had the grand slam home run on Tuesday that I wish there was a way to erase from my memory, and then the 2-run homer that accounted for the only 2 runs last night. First pitch, he swings, tips a foul back. He's driven in 6 on 2 swings in this series. Tied with Mitchell for the league lead in homers with 5. His average has now come all the way up to 200. 5 homers, he hit 9 in over 90 games last year. Pitch, he swings and misses. Slider from Tersey, and he's thrown a couple of good ones. No balls, 2 strikes. The stretch. Tersey the pitch. Slider away. Try to double up on it. Phipps wouldn't go though. Last year, he hit .265. Had the 9 home runs. got to the majors with the Reds in 2012, 8 games. Now the 1-2, swinging a high fly in center, not deep. Trapp will tiptoe in, now hustles a bit further in and makes the one-hand grab, 1 away. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, Alexi Casilla expected to be in this weekend, coming back from having stitches in his finger, got stepped on last week at home. JP Sportman on the DL with the dislocated finger, but sounds promising that he could return fairly soon. It won't be until the Revs get home. Robert Carson, bicep strain, and I would not expect him to be available tonight, but a couple days ago there was concern it might have been worse than that. Here's Ryan Jackson, who lays off a slider away. And then Dustin Richardson, who is due to resume throwing when the team gets home with his elbow soreness. Terzi, long hold and time called right as he lifted his foot. Trying to mess with the timing of Stanley or Jackson or both. Jackson 1 for 7 at the plate in his first 3 games. 1-0, swings and lines a base hit into left center field. Stanley at second, he'll stop there. Trapp is on it, and it is first and second with 1 out. Now a slow start at the plate for Jackson since coming back. He had coined it a retirement last year as he pursued MMA fighting, but he's back and ripped a solid knock there. 2 on for Jabari Henry, who made his debut last night. He is 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks. No score, second inning. Terzi trying to keep it that way. And the first pitch, swing and a line drive to center, and it's in front of Trapp on a hop. Base hit. He'll glove and gun it to Tejeda right at the mound. They stop Stanley at third, but back-to-back hard singles on consecutive pitches, and the bases are loaded with Skeeters with 1 out. And Willie Taveras to the plate next. Revs will set up to turn 2. And the local CBS affiliate out the other day, I believe due in large part to Taveras' signing. He is one that lives in Astros lore for his time there. 1 for 7 in 2 games since signing back with Sugar Land, where he lives. And now he'll ask for time and back away. So a jam here in the second inning. Terzi the pitch, and a swing and a foul off. Taveras reaching, fooled on a slider. He hadn't seen pitching since winter ball. Terzi taking advantage of that, perhaps, with strike 1. Again, double play depth in the infield. Peek back at second base. The 0-1, it is down and away. Slider again, why not? This time Taveras does not offer, though. It's Bass back there doing the catching tonight, his 6th game played. Skelton, the bullpen catcher to start the night. They could use him to pinch hit late in the game. Now the 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball, left side, diving stop, Dent throws to third, and it's not in time, and a run scores. Well, they got the ground ball, but right in the hole, and it took a diving effort from Dent to his right to keep it in the infield. Sugar Land has struck first. It's an RBI infield hit. 1-0. He had to go a long way to his right, and I thought it might get through off the bat. He keeps it in the infield, but from his knees through to third for Coronado. Jackson had slowed down and went in standing, but did get there in time. Here's Jansanti now, who takes low. Jackson may have given up, thinking that there was no throw to worry about, but he did make it in. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a line drive, deep left field. Mesa back at the wall. It's off the fence. 2 runs in. Mesa heaves it toward third. It's going to be a 2-run double for Jansanti, his first hit. He is now 1 for 28. And the Skeeters, with 4 consecutive hits, have scored 3. It is 3-0 here in the second inning. He loves to pull it, and this one he was able to reach, and he yanked it and flew it off the wall toward the line and left. It hit the wall padding about halfway up. Second and third RBIs for him, and his first hit in 28 at-bats this season. A guy who's been an all-star in the league. Here's Jared Mitchell, second and third. And Terzi the pitch. It is inside. The inning's starting with a leadoff walk. And that run scored, and Terzi got the first out from Phipps, but now 4 straight hits since. Takes a deep breath, the 1-0. Swing and a high fly in center. This will score the runner from third. Trapp moves into left center and camps under it. Catch is made. He'll throw to third, which keeps Jansanti at second, but Tavares tags and comes home. It's a sac fly for Jared Mitchell. And now a 4-0 Sugarland lead, as Mitchell's 15th run driven in, which is among league leaders. Trapp out there, and center field has to head home for the weekend for a personal matter. See Skelton play the outfield this weekend. Here is Silverio. First pitch to the 3-hole hitter, just off the plate outside. Singled the other way through the right side of the infield his first time up. Now 7 for 14 in this series, third in the league with 25 hits. 1-0, swinging a foul tip into the mitt. Fastball down around knee level, or perhaps even lower. And the sun is set to where the field is in shadows, the batter's eye and outfield perimeter areas still sunlit, and the playground, the lawn, and all that. 1-1. Swinging a line drive down the line and left, but foul. Silverio a little early, as Mesa will go fish that one out of the corner. Revs last night lowered the staff ERA to 5.74, which is not pleasant. Sugarland is broken out early tonight with 4 runs in the second inning. Terzi ready. Couple looks back. Here's the 1-2. And a slider in the dirt away. Bass got a good bit of it, but it rolls up the first base side, and that allows Jansanti to advance to third. It's a wild pitch. Revs have led the league in that department as well. Walks, errors. New Britain has allowed opponents to hit for a higher average than York, but been plenty of self-inflicted wounds. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him down and away to end the inning. But Sugar Land scores 4 times on 4 hits, 1 runner left. Now we'll go to the third. Revs behind early. It is 4-0.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a York Revolution birthday party at Peoples Bank Park. Parties include 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Kessler's hot dogs and pizza, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey and throws out a first pitch, and the whole crowd sings Happy Birthday before the party enjoys a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays at a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Image 360 York is your choice for graphics that enhance, signage that works, and displays that inform. Everything from color change car wraps to vehicle wraps for your entire fleet, custom window graphic, decals and lettering, interior signage graphics and displays. Don't replace when you can reface. Call Rob and his team at 717-757-4909. That's 757-4909. Or order online at image360.com/YorkPA. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Image 360, 2260 Industrial Highway in York.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Out of the third inning, 4-0. Sugar Land has jumped in front. Ryan Dent will lead things off here. Skeeters with their second inning of 4 runs or more in this series. The Revs have 2 of those themselves. 3 of 3 runs or more. So there have been some crooked numbers, but now the Revs need to answer as Dent takes a strike. Dent hitting at .214, 3 home runs. Pitch from Merritt. It is a changeup down and away. A tough go for Dent the last 4 games, 1 for 14. 1-1, and a ground ball got jammed. 1 hop to deep short. Jackson has to double pump, and a bit of an off-balance throw, but he gets him. Dent, it was in on his hands. He pulled it on a hop, and Jackson, who had him positioned to pull a little bit anyway, didn't have to backhand. He gloved it in front. The initial attempt to get rid of it, though, required a second effort, but still in time. Now Dent, the last 2 games, 0 for 7 with 7 strikeouts. He did have a sac fly on Tuesday. He puts one in play here, but is out. Here's Corey Bass, and he takes a first pitch strike. He's the K-man tonight. They're chanting donut should he strike out. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Boy, I hope these people starve. I'd like to see him hit one off the premises right here. Well, the 0-2. And they can have their donut. Strike 3 called. As Merritt looked like he went fastball, and Bass must have been looking off speed and was just frozen on it. 3rd strikeout for Merritt. Bass starting for the first time since May 4th. Now here's Trapp at the top of the order. Pitch from Merritt. He swings and misses on a slider. Revs with just 2 hits and no runs now in their last, well, actually even more than 11-plus innings. Going back to extras, 13-plus innings. Here's a swing and a pop fly, shallow center. Mitchell races in, hits the brakes and waits, and he's got it in shallow right center to end the inning. 1-2-3 third for Merritt. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's 4-0 Sugar Land.
Will I have saved enough for college by the time she gets her driver's license?
How can I ensure beautiful music is always made on the symphony stage?
When I retire, can I take that vacation I always dreamed about?
When life's persistent questions have you seeking answers, turn to Smith Wealth Advisory Group. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help turn life's questions into financial plans of action and memorable outcomes. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, answering life's most persistent questions. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
It's time for York Mitsubishi's Spring Sell Down event with the Mirage awarded most efficient, non-hybrid, starting as low as $12,990. We're the 7-passenger Outlander named lowest cost of ownership over 5 years as low as $21,890. Get interest rates as low as 0% on Outlander Sport and Eclipse Cross. Credit problems? We have 15 banks available for all situations. And all Mitsubishis come with an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get pre-approved at York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
4-0 Sugar Land. Terzi back at it here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jason Martinson will lead off. First pitch is just outside. He struck out Martinson to end the 1st inning, their cleanup hitter. Middle 3rd of the order. The 1-0. And a bouncing ball to 3rd. Coronado waits for the 2nd hop. He's got it, fires it across, and in time, 1 away. He stayed back on it, took his time. It ended up being somewhat close, but a ground out to start the 3rd. Coronado has seemed to get more comfortable at 3rd these last few games. Here's Cody Stanley, who walked to lead off the 2nd inning and was the first of 4 to come around. He swings here, pulls a ground ball to second base, rolls to Castillo. He sidearms over to first. And very quickly, 2 outs. That one on 1 pitch. Mentioned the Revs' offensive struggles since the 9th inning on Tuesday, and I don't know if the players would even know if there's a deflating factor as Dennis Phipps takes a high strike that the Skeeters didn't like. Flied out his first time. I mean, it's not like they're out here hanging their heads. It's not that. Here's a check swing, another high, hard one. They will not ask. I don't know why not. There's a guy down there at first that is perfectly well employed to umpire this game. I don't know why they wouldn't ask him. 1-1. Terzi changes his tempo, fires a strike. But if anything, it might be guys grip the bat a little bit tighter, want the big hit, think they need the big hit to win. After a game like Tuesday gets away. And here's a swing and a miss. Slider down and away. Terzi does a spin on the follow through and has his 4th strikeout. He marches off. He looks a bit angry with the way things have started tonight. And he looks like he wants to take some numbers as he storms into the dugout. That is his 4th strikeout. We'll go to the 4th inning. Still 4-0 Sugar Land.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Start the fourth. Henry Castillo first pitch swinging, and fans threw a fastball away from Merritt. 4-0 Sugar Land leads. Castillo struck out looking his first time up tonight. Now the 0-1, and a swing and a miss, a slider. And Castillo almost lost his balance a little bit on that swing. Followed by Tejeda and Nash here in the fourth. The Revs look for their first hit, and again, they have just 2 hits in their last 14 innings after the onslaught that they had put up through the 9th on Tuesday. 0-2, swing and a high pop-up. Second baseman Martinson is out, moves to his left, backs up some more, and he makes the play in shallow right center on a towering pop-up. Martinson's been busy tonight. 3 ground balls, and that's the second pop-up that he's handled out of the first 10 outs. He's made 5 plays. Merritt all-time with Sugar Land, 16-7 with a 2.72 ERA. 36 starts, 9 games in relief. Here's Tejeda, who grounded out his first time. And pitch, swinging a foul tip straight back, a high slider that Merritt gets away with. Merritt last year was in Mexico. Couple teams, Tabasco and Aguascalientes. He fires. Swinging a ground ball, left side, no-hitter tonight. He came in tied for 6th in the league in that department. He's now hit safely in 11 of his last 13. Now here's Nash, who's welcomed to the plate by a tune by Enya. He walked his first time up. Don't ask me how I know that. First pitch is down low. Enya, not the walk. I know the walk because I keep score. Now Merritt ready. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball elevated. And Nash had a healthy cut. Merritt in Mexico last year combined 6-7 with a 4.03 ERA, 21 starts in the hitter-friendly Mexican League. Often dominated by Alonzo Harris. Here's a swing and a foul back off the top of the net. He went breaking ball there, and he's ahead of Nash 1-2. Then over the winter, I mean, this guy just can't get enough. He made 11 starts between winter ball leagues in Mexico and Puerto Rico. 2-3 with an ERA in the 5.5 range combined. He backs off the mound. Nash wasn't ready yet. 4-0 Sugarland here in the fourth. Revs with 1 on, 1 out.